I was born in 1990.
תסתכלי עליי ותדברי.
אז אני התעשיתי, למה הפסקת?
תתחיל.
I was born in 1919 at the Republic of Czechoslovakia, in a house of a Jewish house. My parents were both Jews. I was born in Czechoslovakia, and at the age of 20, I immigrated and came to the state of Israel, because I was always a Zionist, and I was always interested to live in the country which is the country of our people.
What is your name?
My name is Judith Steiner Freud. Steiner is my maiden name, and Freud is the name of my husband. So now I am Judith Freud.
And
I came to
can you tell us please about your early life as a child, the childhood?
my early life.
Where did you born, which city?
I was born in, as I told you already, in Czechoslovakia, at the town of Brno. Brno, they are very famous because they produced brain guns. And at the age of 20, I immigrated or came to Palestine or to Israel today.
Yeah.
And my husband is also from Czechoslovakia, but not from Brno, but from what is called Uherské Hradiště. It's a small town not far from Brno.
So, why did you immigrate to Israel? Look, please, רגע, תסתכלי עליי כשאת מדברת. אני שואל אותך ואת מסתכלת עליי, תספרי לי, כאילו, אז what was the reason that you have immigrated in the age of 20?
I wanted to live in Israel because as a Jew, that's the right place to make your home. So I decided, and I was very lucky to find a young man who was also interested to live in Israel. And this was my husband, Eli Freud, or actually they called him Elio, because he was born in Trieste, when his father was a teacher or in Trieste.
What was happening with your family during the Holocaust?
My father died before, and my mother, I think so. Unfortunately, she was murdered in the Holocaust.
By the Nazis.
Yes.
And you had to.
I had two brothers. One brother lived in the United States. He went to the United States to do his doctorate because here he couldn't do it. And then I had another brother who was in a kibbutz.
But he was passing the concentration camps, right?
Yes. My little brother was in a concentration camp, but he survived.
So you, with help of God, you were actually you eventually arrived in Israel, and you saw how the state was created, right?
Yes, I came. I was lucky to come here when the state was created, and it was always my dream to live in Israel. So I came and I settled down. And my husband, so I met a young man who was later my husband. And so we both were very happy to live in the state of the Jews.
Now, when you came here and you built your house, um, you went to study and work. Tell us about your, please, your your studying and your work. What
I
was your role and everything?
actually I wanted to study at the Hebrew University, and I was accepted, but then I decided to study nursing, and it was very interesting for me. I entered the School of Nursing. It was where Hadassah School of Nursing, and when I finished, I started to be a teacher at the School of Nursing, and later on, I became the director of the School of Nursing. And this was a very interesting job because the young girls or young women who came to study were always people who were interested to nurse, to be nurses, and to help people to recover and to lead a good life.
What year did you retire?
When I retired, I still had contact, kept contact with the
With
nurses
the
in the
nursing
nursing
school.
school.
Yeah.
It was very nice for me, and it was also very good for the students there. I think so. I hope so.
How young were you when you retired? How young?
20,
When you retired,
yes.
what was your age?
When I, at 20 years of old age,
No, I said were you when did you retire? What was your age? Let's talk about your age. Like, when did you retired? At the age of
I think I retired at the age of 60.
60, and then you continued till until today, like 40 years, 42 years. You're still related to your job place.
I'm still related to my job, but I'm not a director anymore.
Yes, and okay, let's talk about right now about your age. You 2 years ago we were celebrating you a big celebration of 100-year old.
Yeah,
How did
yes.
you feel in this age?
I felt that I don't know who decided that I will be 100, but this, I don't know if God or something like this decided, but I think it was very good because I had the opportunity to see and watch what's going on in this world and to see the changes,
Yeah,
because when I was young, the world was a little different, but so I had the opportunity and I had to thank God, or I don't know to whom. I don't believe in God, so I had to be thankful that I had the opportunity to see the changes in our world, because it's different if you look at the world at 20, or it's different when you look at the world at 10, or when you look at the world at 100, like I look at it. How I look at it today.
Did you think at the age of 20 or 10 that you will reach the 100?
No, I didn't think of it, and I didn't do so many. I didn't fight to be so old. I don't know how it came about, but I didn't.
It just happened. It just happened.
It just happened,
By
yes.
its, my God. And what do you want to?
I always say, be happy. Be happy.
Why?
I think this is the ticket for getting so old.
Maybe today 102, it's not too old because there are some people that reached already 110. 10 more years. And
Maybe I will reach 120. This
20,
is, I
yes.
think so.
Bezrat Hashem.
I'm very optimistic. I was always very optimistic, always. Even at the time when Hitler entered Czechoslovakia, so I didn't lose my belief in the world, and I was sure I will be able to live even afterwards. And it happened that I was lucky and I got a certificate to go to the Hebrew University in Jerusalem, so I was saved. I was safe. And now I sit here.
What would you tell? Would you live your life again the same way, or
I think
would
so.
you like to change anything in your life?
No, I think I will no, didn't change anything. It will come like it came. I was
So you want to
born,
get another 100 years?
maybe, but I was born in a Jewish family, in a Zionist family. I was lucky to come to Palestine or Israel today. So everything is okay. And I married a man who was also a boy who was also interested to live in Israel because his parents, his father, was always a Zionist. His father was traveling all over the world to sell the Zionist idea all over the
That
world.
that the Jews should create a state and live
Yes,
by their own, with no other regime instead of Jews, a Jewish regime.
yeah.
So, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time
It's okay
with
with me.
us.
If you, I don't know why do you choose why I've been chosen by you to be interviewed. But
Because you're my grandmother.
you know what?
You're my grandmother.
Because I'm your grandmother. So that's the only thing which is interested.
No, your figure,
Why
your
didn't you
character.
why didn't you interview your mother?
I can also, if she want.
And what about your father?
I wanted also.
Okay.
Maybe it will come, the interview with my father. But now
I'm
is not
you.
so.
You have to ask him if he is ready that me somebody hears. I don't know. I never interviewed him exactly about his family. I knew his mother. I was very nice to his mother, and but I don't know.
She passed away 2 years
Yes,
ago.
yes, that I know.
And she was also a Holocaust survivor.
What?
She was a Holocaust survivor.
His mother.
Yes, Sarah.